Pinner. Flecking it out. Viva's right up in the line. This is good play from St Helens. Starting to put the passes together. Coming wide this time. Tackling's going to need to be tight. Holding. Arkwright trying to bust through. Pinner. The bomb. Williams under it and safe. Running it back into play. Tackled just a couple of metres over the line, but New Zealand in possession. Perhaps a little bit of a let-off on their own line. Darryl Williams to kick for the line now. This man is very, very close to a test place. Has played superbly, Darryl Williams, the Mount Albert and Auckland player, just 22 years old. One of the real finds of this tour. Tough tackle that time on Sam Stewart. An excellent second row pairing for St Helens of Andy Platt and Roy Haggerty, both of whom played on their tour earlier in the year in May in New Zealand. Wayne Wallace. Back to Williams. Kevin Meadows, safe under it, trying to run it round, but Hugh McGann up on him very quickly. And he goes to ground just outside St Helens 22, holding. Holding with that characteristic head-down running style. This is Conlon. Ledger flicks it back in. And the Kiwis penalised, up inside the 5 metres. Bit of a testing period here for both sides. Now the ball to be played right up on the Kiwis 22. A hard charging run, but with no support whatever. Paul Forber it was. Coming along the line this time, though. The second row is starting to range out wide. Andy Platt plays it back. Haggerty. Pinner. Arkwright. Kurt Sorensen took him a little high, and I think they'll come back for a penalty for that. Now, Kurt Sorensen being stepped out by the referee and warned for that. He's getting booked. See if we can have a look at the tackle again. It didn't look like the deliberately nasty type. Harry Pinner running across. Just looking at it. There's Pinner. Arkwright coming through, and Kurt Sorensen definitely was high. It's out of order. He's been penalised. And a chance now for St Helens to go ahead by 2. This will be Ross Conlon, who has a rather odd style of kicking, but can kick them from anywhere. Yes, the flags are up. Conlon puts them 2 points up, St Helens, with 9 minutes gone on the match. Olsen Philippine at a restart for the Kiwis. Ledger trying to run away from the defence, but going across field, and they're up inside their 10-metre line now. Now, once again, the penalty going the way of St Helens because of the tackle. Ross Taylor on that occasion penalised. The ball out and the ground lost. It's Grenke, South Brisbane policeman. Paul Forber obviously anxious to get a place in the side. Came in for the injured Peter Gawley. Arkwright. Oh, good little slip pass to Haggerty inside. And Haggerty almost running away from the opposition. Another man who impressed a lot of people in New Zealand, Roy Haggerty, had the misfortune in New Zealand to be sent off the paddock twice during their tour. But a very clever second row combination, he and Andy Platt. Clayton Friend diving on the ball, but referee not happy with it, says feed it again. Coming back the Kiwis' way, being held in there. And the St Helens players round offside. Ricky Cowan it is that is injured, receiving some attention. Referee signalling timeout. St Helens leading with 11 minutes gone in the match by 2-0. Olsen Filipina now coming over to see if Ricky Cowan is all right. Seems to be his shoulder that he's injured. Ricky Cowan sporting the new hairstyle that he got here the other day. Inspired by Ellery Hanley. And there he is, straight into the fray again. And taken in what looked like a very high tackle. Sorensen. Putting a pass up astray. Dean Bell picks it up and tidies it up. That could have been dangerous for the Kiwis. Wayne Wallace. Kurt Sorensen again. Sorensen trying to bust his way through and keep his hands free. They've got him tied up. And a little slow to get to his feet. I think he's okay, but making the point that perhaps the tackle was a little too vigorous, and as a result, Olsen Filipina having a shot to equal the score. Well, it's a professional game. We'll have a look at the tackle again if we can. And a lot of jeers coming from the crowd about professional fouls and the like. Let's just have another look at it. Kurt Sorensen taking that first pass and running it up. One tackle low. Arkwright at the top and being helped by Harry Pinner, and Harry Pinner came down on top of him. Unnecessary. The penalty results. And an easy one for Olsen Filipina. Being booed by the crowd, but he puts it there and the scores are equal. So 14 minutes gone in the game, and the score's levelled at 2-2. Not perhaps the kind of scoring we'd expected to see in this match. We expect to see tries scored from both of these sides. Certainly both of them capable of high-scoring matches. Holding to restart. McGann has it and drops it. Did he knock it on? The referee has ruled that he did. So the scrum to go down. Just 12 metres out from the New Zealand line with St Helens feed. Ball comes back to Holding. Arkwright flicks it around to Pinner. Arkwright fumbling just a little. Haggerty can't hold it. Clayton Friend coming through, almost had it, but St Helens still in possession. Grenke. They've got a line-up out here. Holding the long pass to Pinner. The understanding between them is good. Brett French knocks it forward, picked up on that occasion, and possession retained for the Kiwis. Wayne Wallace picking it up. Darryl Williams, given no space to move. Kiwis now try to run it out of their own half. Friend, Bourneville. Filipina. Certainly St Helens are doing well what they must do and stopping them getting the pass away in the tackle. Back to Williams. Williams for the line. Meadows has it. Tackled by Dean Bell. So now they're inside St Helens half, but St Helens in possession. French. Tackled again by Dean Bell. Arkwright through Holding and Pinner. Holding. Beavers for the line. Darryl Williams running it back up for them. Dean Bell waiting. Taylor. A little bit of a misunderstanding there between Wayne Wallace and Sam Stewart coming through. McGann with a little chip through. Holding has it. Running it back. Wrong foot Hugh McGann, and Clayton Friend is going to be penalised for a high tackle. There was an arm flung out as he went past. Olsen Filipina is campaigning on Friend's behalf. But it certainly took Holding out of the play. This is Holding. Gets around Hugh McGann and goes to go through the next tackle. Clayton Friend coming the other way and wrong-footed, puts the arm up and is penalised. Too many penalties for that same offence. Clayton Friend, the offender on that occasion. Just looking a little frustrated, wanting to get into the game more. Now this is Conlon, and it's kickable for him. Just inside the Kiwis' halfway line. A tiny run-up. That's a super kick. Oh, and just reward from a very enthusiastic crowd for that kick from Ross Conlon. 46 metres, a good kick. Virtually no run-up at all. Tackling still very, very much uncompromising. Another tough tackle from Kurt Sorensen. St Helens looking to throw it around. Arkwright still gets the pass up. Holding is there in support, but he's caught. Somehow the ball came out of there. Vivas flicked it up. Pinner kept it going. Barry Ledger. It's exciting stuff from this St Helens team. Harry Pinner with the kick through, but that's not going to find the line. Darryl Williams picks it up, and he has Royal Party in support. Opts not to pass. Wayne Wallace waiting. McGann, Royal Party. Progress stopped by Haggerty and Pinner. Friend. Really seem to be several people anxious to have a go at Clayton Friend here today. Little double round with Wayne Wallace and Hugh McGann. Made them some yardage. Dean Bell running up offside. Not offside in terms of the game, but running up on McGann's offside, should I say. Meadows. Good tackle from Hugh McGann, getting right up there. Almost a try there for the Kiwis if they could have got on top of it from a silly mistake. Have a look at it again. Beavers waiting for the ball to be played from Meadows. Kicked through by Sam Stewart. Racing through onto it, but couldn't get a hand to it. Stewart. Another who's really come on this tour, Sam Stewart from Randwick in Wellington. Taylor. A little dummy play for Olsen Filipina. Almost worked, being pushed back. Wallace trying to go himself. Gets the pass back. Friend picks it up, flicking it out wide now. Haggerty's away with it. Must have been knocked on. But just demonstrating how dangerous this St Helens side can be. Roy Haggerty very, very fast on the burst. It was a missed pass by Elia, but they were playing to the whistle. Wayne Wallace penalised on that occasion. Clayton Friend questioning it. The ruling of having to roll the ball into the scrum on the ground really doesn't seem to be adhered to in this country. Gawley. Arkwright flicks it back. Grenke holding tackle by Kurt Sorensen. Ross Taylor seems to have injured either his hand or his wrist. Come back to that in a moment. Ross Taylor is not a well man at all. Obviously suffering considerable pain. The replacement forward for today is his clubmate Adrian Shelford, who's getting warmed up on the sideline now. I think Ross Taylor's coming off. Just wonder at the amount of pain that he's in, if that is not a broken bone. Glenn Gallagher, the physio, along with St Helens physio, wrapping it up. He's getting applause from the crowd as he comes off. It's obviously not the shoulder dislocated by the way Glenn Gallagher is pressing on the shoulder. It seems to be further down, either his wrist or his forearm. But he's not the sort of fella to put on a performance like that if it wasn't hurting a great deal. So Adrian Shelford has taken his place in the pack. And it'll be Darryl Williams for the line. Kiwis down by 4-2 with 24 minutes gone in the first half. A couple of minutes of injury time in there. Bourneville to Wayne Wallace. Shelford. First touch of the ball. Hugh McGann trying to organise the troops as Wayne Wallace goes himself. Ricky Cowan waiting. Friend knocks it on. Uncharacteristic mistake from Clayton Friend. He really has looked frustrated since the start of the game. Kind of player who definitely plays on confidence, and on his day is a world beater. Arkwright coming around the other side of the scrum. And Beavers takes the ball. Still being pinned well inside their 22, St Helens. Looking for a way to get out of it. Grenke. Kiwi tackling still good. Holding. Flicks it on. And almost immediately the ball went to Conlon. Elia was up there and had him wrapped up. Holding. Pinner. 5 tackles on St Helens now. They need the kick. It goes straight to Williams. Has Ropati with him. Ropati. Friend. Elia. Elia had Hugh McGann running up outside him. Takes it himself. Flicks the pass back. Sam Stewart. Kiwi pack looking more penetrative now. Friend. Dean Bell. Oh, Dean Bell in a little bit of space that he made for himself. Well, I don't really understand what that penalty was for. It may have been something in the tackle on Dean Bell as he went through. Rampant Kiwi side now with Hugh McGann trying to break the line. Just about 3 or 4 metres short. So the scrum to go down about 5 metres out from St Helens line. Holding has it. Running around and links up with Vivas. But it came to naught as Conlon was tackled. Now St Helens trying to do stuff. The ball goes loose. Picked up and tidied up by Platt. Not making a lot of forward progress. Haggerty. Still inside their 22, St Helens. Arkwright flicks it on through Pinner. And a rugged tackle from Dean Bell on Brett French. Holding with a chip through. Ropati has it. Running it back. Little determination in the running now. Slips out of the first tackle, caught in the second. Or the third. Shelford. Wayne Wallace waiting. Friend. Stewart. To Ricky Cowan. Filipina. Try to turn it back inside. Spoiled by Andy Platt. Mark Elia still playing to the whistle. Wallace trying to go himself. The Kiwis can launch an attack from here. Kurt Sorensen flicking the pass to Hugh McGann. McGann caught. Can they get the penetration? Just to break that line. Clayton Friend having a go himself. Dots down under the posts. Just as simple as that. He did it against Hull KR. He did it against Great Britain 3 times in the series last year. Almost made it his hallmark. Just have a look at it again. Hugh McGann it was that took it up, trying to punch the gap. Olsen Filipina waiting. Flicks it out, and it's as simple as that for Clayton Friend to wrong foot Haggerty, straight in and dots it down. Just getting a little refreshment to the throat, which is about what I need at this stage. Clayton Friend, the try. Taking it to 6, and Olsen Philippine about to make it 8. Yes, an easy kick for Olsen Philippine. So now the Kiwis with a little more confidence. 8-4 with 30 minutes gone of the first half. Mark Bourneville. Shelford. Haggerty trying to wrench the ball off him. McGann, Stewart. Oh, Sam Stewart, good running onto the ball. Has Kurt Sorensen with him. Has to be a try. Kurt Sorensen just trotting along to the line. A gap beautifully made. Nice forward understanding. And an easy try for Kurt Sorensen. Just looking at it again, Sam Stewart running onto the ball at really good speed. He looked around for the support. He sized up what defence was there. He knew he could draw a man out to the left. Kurt Sorensen with him, who could go either way from that. And it was really just as simple as that. Kurt Sorensen looked around, knew there was no one behind him, and really he was just ambling along by the time he got under the posts. A super try made way back, almost on the halfway line by a good break from Sam Stewart. And now the chance for Olsen Philippine to put the extra points on. A simple 1-2 step for Olsen Philippine, and he puts the extra points there. 14-4. 32 minutes gone first half. Holding to restart. Clayton Friend, Mark Bourneville. Bourneville losing the ball back, and Sam Stewart knocks it on. So they'll come back for the scrum inside the Kiwis' 22. Oh, tight head again. Clayton Friend comes up with it. Williams. Shelford. Friend, Cowan. Hugh McGann running up offside Cowan. Alongside, should I say, lest we be confused with offside. Filipino with a nice little chip through, picks it up, flicks the pass out to Elia. Elia's got one to beat, tackled eventually by Haggerty. Barry Ledger over there. Really just putting the passes together so easily now, the Kiwis. Looking like a super side. All former was going nowhere there. St Helens in possession, Grenke, but they're trapped well inside their 22. Tough tackle by Kurt Sorensen on Grenke. Trying to flick it wide and get some space out wider. Nice pass from Haggerty to Platt. Still getting it away, Arkwright. Kurt Sorensen takes him to ground, along with Ricky Cowan. Still inside their half, St Helens. Holding. Pulls two of the defence, but I think they'll get called back for Chevity. A chance for a shot here. Glenn Gibb comes on with the sand bucket for Olsen Filipina to have a shot. This is within his range as well. And this would make it 16-4. Really getting a hard time from the crowd, Olsen Filipina. They get very annoyed if anybody takes anything more than about 2.5 seconds to have a kick. Full of concentration, he won't be affected by that. Well, it's a deep, flat kick, and both flags are up. 16 points to 4. 36 minutes gone in the first half of running time. Perhaps a little injury time. Holding to restart. McGann to Bourneville. Shelford running it up. Friend, Filipina, having a little dab himself, but well caught. Friend. Cowan slips over. Williams. And Vivas is under that. And running it back. Certainly uncompromising tackling from the Kiwis. Haggerty puts the pass up beautifully. He does it so well. Conlon there, and they've got some support. And I wonder if Kurt Sorensen's going to be penalised for that. No, they get away with it. So St Helens starting to run a little now. 5 tackles up. They need the kick. Holding. And it goes out. Well, it looked like a rather dangerous tackle back there from Kurt Sorensen. But they played on. So the scrum goes down on the Kiwis, 22. Kiwis ball. The throw not straight. And a differential penalty. They can't have a shot. Holding puts it out, and now puts St Helens in very much an attacking position. Grenke. There was no way through those tackles. Liptrot flicks it back the other way. Arkwright caught. Holding. Pinner. Trying to make it work for Brett French, and Conlon has it now. Vivas and Ledger outside him. Ledger knocks it on. Good tackle by Darryl Williams coming across, and he lost the ball in the tackle. Just have a look at that tackle again. Conlon racing down the wing, flicked it out wide to Barry Ledger. Ledger running onto the ball at fairly good pace, but bundled into touch. A tough tackle from Darryl Williams, and he lost the ball in the tackle. Penalty now for a St Helens tackle. Darryl Williams for the line. Shelford running it up. The replacement for Ross Taylor, remember. Olsen Filipino. Little loose pass going back to nowhere. And a penalty for shepherding. Beavers for the line. And virtually back to square one. St Helens well inside the Kiwi half now, midway, halfway and 22 line. Lip trot, through arc right, and Pinner. Pinner tackled late, the ball goes loose, and the Kiwis come up in possession. Olsen Filipino running, but the whistle is gone. They're going to come back for the knock-on. Kiwis trying to keep it round and keep the ball on their side. Olsen Filipino looking for the pass from Clayton Friend. Clayton Friend on the ground and decides to steady it up a little. Sorensen certainly affording him plenty of attention. As well they might. Wayne Wallace. Andy Platt being stepped out this time for the tackle on Wayne Wallace. The crowd not liking that, but the penalty results to the Kiwis. 16-4, the Kiwis leading. Almost right on half-time. We're in injury time now in the first half. Olsen Filipino with a shot which should end the half. The crowd really giving Olsen Filipino a hard time when he takes a little time with these kicks. Very deliberate and careful with them. He steps up to the ball as if he's going to kick it, just to pace back again, to make sure that he's lined it up correctly. He really is getting the raspberry from a crowd here. Just in case you can't hear it, boring is the chant. It's not a bad kick, but away to the left, just bounces off. Ledger. And Sam Stewart keeping his effervescent game the way it's been since he started this tour. He has consistently had tackle counts in the high 30s. He's everywhere. The Wellington policeman packing down with Adrian Shelford in the second row. Clayton Friend to feed the scrum. Hardly hooked. It's still come back the Kiwis' way after bouncing and bobbling. The half-time buzzer is gone. And that is half-time, with the Kiwis leading St Helens by 16 points to 4. They certainly have taken their opportunities. There have been mistakes on both sides, but it looks on the surface of it as though the Kiwi pack certainly has the measure of this St Helens pack, and that the back line is combining well enough to capitalise on any little gaps that are made there. Graham Lowe looking a little happier than we've seen him in recent matches. And I would think most of what he'll have to say at half-time will be continue the good work. And that's the way it is at half-time. The Kiwis leading by 16 points to 4. Ready for a restart now. Olsen Filipino to restart. I noticed as they came back on the field that Kurt Sorensen was having a little heart-to-heart with Graham Lowe. Obviously, he's the general out there in the forward pack, being given the instructions for the second half. Meadows. Kiwis will want to start this second half very strongly. Haggerty still gets the pass up. Arkwright. Hugh McGann, the tackler, with Kurt Sorensen. Paul Forber hasn't had an enormous effect on the game. He was the replacement for Peter Gawley, who was injured. Excuse me. Darryl Williams. Eventually upended by Andy Platt. Roll party. Cowan flicks the pass back inside to Shelford. Shelford bustles off the first tackler and looks around for some support. Having a big game since he came on to replace Ross Taylor. Filipina. Sorensen. Conlon was awake to that. Kurt Sorensen tackled almost as he got the ball. Filipina. McGann, that had to be forward. And after all the talk there has been here in recent weeks about forward passes, it didn't take the crowd very long to call forward on that. St Helens ball. Coming back on the Kiwi side. Picked up by Darryl Williams, standing right up. Eventually brought to ground by Forber. Andy Platt, the initial tackler. Clayton Friend. Looking for that little half gap that he makes his own. Looking around for support. Sammy Stewart was up there, but he couldn't get the pass away. Inside the St Helens 22 now. Elia. Elia still making some progress up to the 10-metre line. Wallace waiting. They'll go left. Shelford trying to flick the pass round inside. Hugh McGann picks it up. Are they going to give him a try? They have. The pass was supposed to go to Olsen Filipina. It went to ground and Hugh McGann picked it up. We'll have a look again in the replay. But Hugh McGann, as ever, on the spot. Always there to take advantage of any loose ball. Have a look at it. Adrian Shelford ran it up. Put his hand in front of the tackler. Tried to flick the ball around. He got the pass out. Harry Pinner juggled it. Couldn't hold it. Olsen Filipina couldn't get to it. And Hugh McGann just snatching up the loose ball at a couple of metres to go to the try line. Good try in the tackle. But managing to ground it. Olsen Filipina for the extra points. Yes. Another one for Olsen Filipina. 22 points to 4. Four minutes gone in the second half. Neil Holding to restart. Stewart. What a big game he's having. Cowan. Friend. Filipina. Bell flicking it along. Mark Elia given just a couple of metres and showing some of the pace that he's famous for. Has Roll Party outside him. Can't get the pass away, does now to Dean Bell. Dean Bell flicking it over into the middle and Hugh McGann. Kurt Sorensen running off him. This is wonderful football. And Shelford finishes it off. What a super movement from one end of the paddock to the other. This Kiwi side just running rampant. And Adrian Shelford just can't believe that. Just looking at it again. Clayton Friend putting that pass to Elia. Elia made the initial break, losing the first tackle with high steps, absolute determination on his face. Looked around and Roll Party was outside him, but he just got caught in the tackle. Didn't get the pass away then, but wasn't held, so he got it away to Dean Bell. Bell, the long one, across to Hugh McGann in the middle. McGann saw Sorensen running off him, and Sorensen, just in the nick of time, saw Adrian Shelford running through already in the tackle of Roy Haggerty. And the kick is there for the extra points. And this Kiwi side just running away with it. .28 points to 4 with 6 minutes gone in the second half. Super break from Mark Elia that set it up in the first place, but excellent backing up, good passing, and the continuation being allowed to happen because of the Kiwis' understanding, particularly in the forwards. Kurt Sorensen again playing a part. Adrian Shelford having an excellent game, as is Sam Stewart. Kurt Sorensen walking across. Sam Stewart, who has enormously high tackle counts in these games. St Helens trying to do something with it now. Haggerty gets the pass back. Arkwright, Pinner, Forber. Almost through a gap there, cutting back inside. The first piece of form we've seen from him. Arkwright again, flicking it through, holding. Haggerty just brought down a metre or so short, gets the pass back to Grenke, but he's held up. Paul Forber doesn't look too well after the tackle. Kurt Sorensen running it out for the Kiwis. Friend, Filipina, stepping and moving as he does and bustling around. He gets out of tackles with consummate ease. Friend, Ropati. Pulled down eventually by Barry Ledger. Friend, Cowan. Dean Bell up there quickly. Seen a couple of good examples of a good understanding between the cousins Dean Bell and Clayton Friend today. St Helens really desperate to do something and looking for every opportunity to make a gap if they can, but really just being held up by this staunch Kiwi tackling. Forber seems to be coming off. Lining up on the sideline is the replacement as St Helens run it into the Kiwi half by a metre. Oh, hard luck for Andy Platt coming through, knocked it on. Advantage being played, the Kiwis in possession, Sam Stewart running. Paul Round waiting to come on the paddock as Kurt Sorensen races up with some support, puts the pass out, but it's out over the line. St Helens seem to have another injury. Just looking to see who it is. Thought it was Barry Ledger, but it's not him. Clayton Friend hobbling back to the scrum, and the referee has decided to stop. Paul Forber is coming off. And it looks like Paul Round is going on. Paul Lachlan, the other replacement, also on the sideline and warming up. It's Andy Platt who seems to be coming off as well. So they've lost two key players in the pack. That's Paul Lachlan, 14, and Paul Round, number 15. Andy Platt looks quite dazed. Very, very clever and talented second rower, Andy Platt. But not a particularly happy one at the moment. Being assisted from the field So the two replacements for St Helens, both on the field, as Andy Platt gets an enormous ovation as he comes off. He's understandably a big star here at St Helens. Just looking to see where their replacements have gone. There's a little bit of disagreement there. And Adrian Shelford being spoken to. Hugh McGann urging him to get back. This was the incident. Vivas in the tackle. Shelford coming round over the top. Didn't look especially nasty. St Helens now up towards the Kiwi 22. Holding. Round. Things starting to get a little frayed out there now. Arkwright trying to go himself. Kurt Sorensen has him. And making sure he doesn't get away. St Helens trying to launch an attack now. Pinner. Always gets the ball away. Vivas. Trying to run it up the middle, taking advantage while the Kiwis are perhaps just a little tired. 15 metres out now, Pinner. Still getting the pass away. Arkwright. Some rather rugged-looking tackling going on out there. Holding, gets the pass away to Lachlan. Grenke. Five metres short now. Running across the line. Pinner putting that pass up, taken that time by Adrian Shelford. And St Helens showing their displeasure. Well, this was rated very, very highly as a rugby league side, the St Helens side, as opposition for this Kiwi side. They beat Hull Kingston Rovers last week by 37-22. And the Kiwis have not beaten them since 1952. Darryl Williams for the line. That gets them 9 metres outside their own 22. The Kiwis, Wayne Wallace waiting, 2 balls on the paddock at the moment. Stewart. Thought he was in a tackle and wasn't. Backed around, was going to give the pass to Ricky Cowan and opted not to. Shelford. Friend. Stewart. Elia. Took them a while to wake up to Elia's ability. They've certainly done so now. Wallace. Clayton Friend waiting. Going himself. But well held. Clayton Friend not especially happy with ball round. Clayton Friend being stepped out now by the referee and told in no uncertain terms that there will only be one warning and you don't pull hair. Temper's getting just a little frayed. Vivas for the line. Ten metres out from the New Zealand 22. Grenke. Lip trot. Pinner. And round very, very soundly and roundly tackled. Really not making a lot of progress, this St Helens side. They seem to get it together for a few passes, but they don't make the forward progress. This Kiwi side so confident at the moment. Their defence has been absolutely tight. Pinner. Hegarty. Holding with the chip over the top. Darryl Williams coming round for it. Rolparty tried to hold it and couldn't. He goes back and dives on it. A little bit of misunderstanding there. So the kick from under the goalposts. Holding has it. Beavers. Not really quite sure what they're doing, St Helens, at this stage. Quite bunched up in the middle there and standing very deep. Hegarty. Still can't find the penetration that they need. Holding. Pinner. Pinner's still almost getting that pass away. I think I've only seen about 2 or 3 tackles on Pinner today in the entire game where he hasn't got the pass away. Very clever ball player. Liptrot. Holding. Ball goes astray. Kurt Sorensen's there to dive on it, but can't hold it. Went between his legs. See who comes up with it. The penalty going St Helens that way for Sam Stewart not allowing the man up off the ball. Pinner. Hegarty. With that high step of his, Conlon can't hold it as he comes through. And it was knocked on. So the scrum to go down just inside the Kiwis' 22. Clayton Friend comes up with the ball. Williams. Nice pass to Rolparty. Rolparty had Friend running back inside him. Darryl Williams just showing a little burst of speed. Very quick off the mark. McGann. Filipina busting that gap. Penalty for the Kiwis again for a tackle. Joe Rolparty is injured. Seems to have had a bang on his knee, getting a little bit of the magic ice. Playing one man short at the moment, the Kiwis. Shelford. Oh, wonderful barging run from Adrian Shelford. He really is just a different player when he gets his confidence up. Cowan flicking the pass across to McGann. McGann well caught in the centre. Friend trying to put the pass in front, but intercepted that time. And there's a booking this time. It looks like it's Clayton Friend. It'd be nice to be able to hear the referee. And they're bringing Joe Rolparty off and Shane Cooper is coming on. Now Clayton Friend can ill afford a suspension with the test next week. He really will have to watch his step. St Helens now desperately trying to pull this match out of the fire. Arkwright. The Kiwi tackling really has not slackened since the start of the match. They've stuck to their task beautifully. Pinner running right across, very, very shallow. Ledger picks it up. And well caught by Wayne Wallace and Kurt Sorensen. Pinner. Holding. Arkwright. Holding with the chip. Charged down by Mark Elia and eventually picked up by Hugh McGann. Sam Stewart. Almost all of these Kiwis now looking to punch that gap. They have their confidence up. They've seen that gaps do appear. Kurt Sorensen. Just take him head on. Nice pass to Olsen Filipina. Through Clayton Friend, and Dean Bell is away in space. And outside of him is Mark Bourneville. Can he get to the line? No, he's just out. Right on the corner post. But this Kiwi side now able to make advantage out of virtually nothing. They're all having a go, the forwards, when they run it up. Here's Billy Benyon, the St Helens coach, whom as recently as 1976 was the captain of this St Helens side. You really must wonder what's gone wrong today. And the other side of the face, should we say, Graham Lowe. Again, showing no emotion whatever, but he must be reasonably satisfied with the performances of the lads out there today. Oh, nicely picked up by Mark Elia, and he's in space just to run to the line. Just coming from broken play, a sloppy pass, the ball in space, Mark Elia there on the spot. And my, how his game has improved since he came here. Just looking at it again. Pinner running across again. His arm was caught as he went to make the pass, so the ball went to ground. Mark Elia picking it up, and just look how quick he is off the mark. He and Dean Bell would be the quickest men in this Kiwi side. And not a bad sort of a cricketer either. Came over here a couple of years ago and played rugby league on a semi-pro basis and cricket on a semi-pro basis. Has opted for rugby league in more recent years, but still is a lover of the game of cricket and plays a great deal of indoor cricket. Kick from Olsen Filipina is there. The flags are up. And starting to look a little like a whitewash now. St Helens yet to score a try. 5 tries to 0 at the moment. See what they can do with the remaining 20 minutes or so of the game. But I can't see this Kiwi side slackening one bit. Filipina. Bell. Had a reasonably quiet game, Dean Bell, today. Kurt Sorensen. He makes it look easy the way he gets through tackles, Kurt Sorensen. Filipina. Dean Bell. Look at that change of direction from Dean Bell. He's a classy runner. Sam Stewart. Viva's going up for it and coming down with the ball, as is his hallmark. Getting an appreciative applause from the crowd. Haggerty. Well, the tackle looked perhaps slightly dangerous from Mark Elia, but they're allowed to go. Holding. French. Still stepping. St Helens might put something together here, putting the passes together anyway. Conlon flicks it back to Liptrot. Liptrot back to Vivas. The Kiwis' defence all at 6s and 7s. Can Vivas outrun him? Clayton Friend can't hold him. And eventually a super tackle from Hugh McGann, coming from nowhere. Good cover. Penalty to St Helens. They're going to try and run it this time. Conlon. And Haggerty right inside. That's a good try. That's a super try, and the kind of play that St Helens have been famous for in recent years. And they showed it again last week against Hull Kingston Rovers. The first real spark of cleverness we've seen from them. Haggerty, the try scorer. Just looking at it again. The ball was flung around a lot. Conlon made that gap. Adrian Shelford tried to get to him. Couldn't pull him down in time. He got the pass away to Haggerty. Shane Cooper came across, but Haggerty was already over the line. And now a chance for Conlon to put the extra points there. 5 tries to 1 now. Round the corner, Stylist. Just gently bending it in, but not enough. It bounces off the posts. 34 points to 8 now. 27 minutes gone in the second half. Filipina restarts. One wonders if St Helens can take enough confidence from that try and the way they put the passes together to perhaps take advantage of some tired New Zealand players at the moment, but they've got a long way to go. French coming through, couldn't hold that. I think they'll come back for the first knock-on. Harry Pinner just packing down on the back of that scrum in his benefit year here at St Helens, playing his 10th season. The penalty from the scrum gives a kick to Darryl Williams for the line. Kiwis right up on the line now. About 5-6 metres short. Friend, Shelford. No way to go. Can they make a try out of it? Sorensen. Oh, gets that pass back to Sam Stewart. Flicks it out wide to Dean Bell, but he was well held. Kevin Meadows had him wrapped up. Stewart. McGann. Trying to put Olsen Filipina through. Opts instead to give it to Mark Bourneville. 5 tackles now on the Kiwis. Friend with the bomb. Too far. Not one of the better games we've seen from Clayton Friend, despite that early try in characteristic style, just stepping inside a rather lackluster defence. Arkwright.
This afternoon's joint man of the match award to New Zealand goes to number 8, Kurt Sorensen, and the Saints man of the match, number 12, Roy.
And as you may have heard on the PA, they've just announced the man of the match for both sides, Roy Haggerty for the St Helens side, but the overall man of the match, Kurt Sorensen for New Zealand. Holding trying to tow it through in soccer style. Dived on by Darryl Williams. A brave attempt to take that ball. Picks it up beautifully and salvages something for them. Neil Holding has been injured in that. Darryl Williams having a bit of a difference of opinion with ball round. Arkwright. Vivers. Kurt Sorensen, the tackler. Man of the match today. As he was, by our pick anyway, in the first test against Great Britain. Has been playing superb football. Really starting to get quite gloomy here in the late afternoon. Daylight saving changed in England at 2 o'clock this morning, so they're back to normal time. Almost 4:30 in the afternoon it is now. Yesterday it would have been 5:30. They haven't turned the floodlights on as yet, but I don't think they'll be far away. Shelford. Friend, Filipina. Neil Holding is still down where he has been for the last 2 or 3 minutes. The game continuing. Kurt Sorensen. Proving a little harder to put down than perhaps they anticipated. Kiwis come back up in possession. The ball having been touched by a St Helens player, and the tackle count back to 0. Elia. And there's a little bit of fisticuffs going on in there. Let's hope the tempers don't fray too much. Darryl Williams for the line. Wayne Wallace. Sam Stewart. Scrum to go down. 5 metres inside St Helens 22. Holding to feed. Not hooked, but they've let it go. Arkwright. Conlon. St Helens trying to run themselves out of their half. Arkwright. Absolutely devastating tackling by the Kiwis throughout this match. They really have let nothing go. Vivers, the deep kick, Williams coming across for it, and he's out, and the flagman has his flag up. Williams seemed to keep the ball in that he had let it go when his feet crossed the line. But the back chat has caused a penalty. Haggerty running it. Holding, Arkwright. Really quite sloppy play from St Helens, being forced into errors. Hugh McGann comes out with the ball. And it's being allowed to go. Sorensen. Friend. Williams. Fine game Darryl Williams has had today, making even stronger his claim for a test place. Cowan. Ball lost and over the sideline. They've turned the lights on here now. They'll take a little while to warm up before it will make a great deal of difference. But your picture is quite deceptive. Dean Bell, Elia. Well, he had Hugh McGann outside him, but he didn't really need it. Really very, very easy when he got to scoring the try mark. Elia starting to become a bit of a try-scoring machine. His second try of the day. And the Kiwis' sixth. Looking at it again, Dean Bell. The opposition was already beaten at this stage. Dean Bell drawing his man. Elia had Hugh McGann outside him, but goes inside Vivas, wrong footing him very, very simply indeed. Change of direction, doing it all for him, and just ambling around to dot it down. Another fairly simple kick for Olsen Filipino. One step back and the extra 2 points are there. I'm just madly looking through some records now to find out what the highest score against St Helens by a New Zealand touring side is. Well, I think we might be in for a record score here. As I said, they have not been beaten since 1952 by a Kiwi side. Filipino. The highest previous score, as I make it, 32-6. So Graham Lowe should be well satisfied with the performance of almost every player on the field today. They really have played extremely well as a team. But once again, he's not going to let that show. Oh, running rampant now. Adrian Shelford making the gap. Kurt Sorensen had the players outside him. Sorensen again. Friend, Cowan. Cowan going through the middle, but tackled. Cooper with the pass to Friend. Dean Bell there. Just held up a couple of metres short. Dean Bell trying to go himself. Shane Cooper. And Sammy Stewart to finish it. Sam Stewart, the Wellington policeman, 22 years old, from the Randwick club, has been a stalwart of that club for many years now, and plays for Central Districts, of course. And it won't be too long before he's a regular member of this Kiwi side, and perhaps the Test side as well. He really has come on in leaps and bounds, playing in good company and playing against quality opposition. His tackle count has really been below 30 in a game, sometimes in the high 30s, an enormous work rate, and he really has started to come on in his attacking game as well. Just looking at it again, Dean Bell did all the work up there. Shane Cooper stepping back inside Grenke, and Sam Stewart following up beautifully in the tackle of Vivas and across the line. Olsen Filipina again, and the flags are up again. 46-8. And Billy Benyon might well look a little disconsolate about his team's performance today, because really once the floodgates opened, they haven't presented a lot of opposition at all. They've never been noted as a defensive or tackling side, They've always been able to score enough tries to keep them out of trouble. They averaged something like 7 tries a match in last year's league, but they're certainly not doing it today. Wilson Filipino with a little chip over the top. Arkwright slips out of Ricky Cowan's tackle, gets the pass away to Holding. Inside the Kiwi 22 now. Trying to put the passes out wide, but knocked on. Picked up by Kurt Sorensen. Trying to flick a pass over the top and lost again. And there is the final hooter. So that's the final score, 46 points to 8. What a trouncing for a team that was heralded as one of the best in the league, and a team that has very, very proud traditions, an enormously successful record against New Zealand touring sides, and a Kiwi side that contained only 5 test players today was thought to be second string by many of the locals here at St Helens. They have really played together so well, and some of the best performances perhaps have come from the non-test players. A superb balance between forwards and backs, some wonderful understandings, and really once the floodgates opened early in the second half, they have virtually scored their tries at will. The first try going to Clayton Friend early in the first half. Kurt Sorensen scored the second, and they went to the half-time break at 16-4. Certainly not an unbeatable deficit for St Helens, but when they came back in the second half, they really looked less sound than they did in the first. And in the second half, we had a try to Hugh McGann, 1 to Adrian Shelford, 2 to Mark Elia in quick succession, and then 1 to Sam Stewart. And really, that's the story of the match. 7 tries to 1. The only try for St Helens coming to Hegarty relatively early in the second half, and the final score of 46-8, to me, a true indication of the game, the way the game went, and a couple of players in the Kiwi side have made even stronger claims now than they previously had to being included in that test side.